on this corpse-filled, blood-drenched battlefield, the smell of copper kind of playing at the back of your tongue. It's so heavy in the air. Those of you who fought, blood letters drenched head to toe in viscera. Those who fought the war gore, physically none the better, punctured by horn and axe alike. And for the first time since the battle began, there is an eerie silence. No animal. No underbrush. Not a word spoken. The crackling magic dissipating, and all that you hear are the heavy breaths of your compatriots.
So Lanier is still laying in the absolute muck and disgusting forest floor. Just that leather-clad hand holding onto her, just above her hip and stomach area, and it's just like, a rough head count. How's everyone feeling?
Why am I the only one standing?
Why are you standing? She pulls herself up, uses the axe for leverage.
That's like, that's going to take a lot of prestidigitation.
I guess it's safe now.
Sitting up, just looking at. What happened to Ernesto? We didn't have any coverage during that entire.
No,
We'd better.
He shot twice, to my recollection.
He doesn't exactly seem like the shy type. If he was setting up to shoot, I'm a little concerned about that, if not distrusting, but that's nothing new. Before we go in and check on them, we should patch ourselves up first. I don't fucking want to walk through the forest dragging. She just kind of shakes her hand off and just like a slop of stuff just kind of hits the ground. She gestures to where you're bleeding out as well.
They're right here. Well,
Always the shoulder, dude.
I've fixed it before. It can be fixed.
I hit you under the rib with his horn.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't the shoulder armor this time. It was under
This time.
Your holes were elsewhere.
Well, maybe our friends will let us ride in their carriage. She kind of looks back to where the road was.
You can see the glint of gold in the distance.
Okay. I look back down at the Wargore. What's he looking like?
There was no.
No,
He gone.
just exploded.
He was
Okay.
just not in a cloud of dust, but chunks
Okay.
went everywhere. So yes, you can look down at the Wargore, and look over at the Wargore, and look back at the Wargore.
Where did its horns go?
Oh, his head's gone.
Make a perception test.
I want to find. I need
Somebody,
trophies.
didn't you like completely nuke his head?
Well, we
No,
basically
hit him in the chest and blasted him against.
and he kind of was incinerated
Oh.
for the most part.
A 17. Actually, royalties. I need the horns.
I just realized she rolled that on a perception.
As you're looking around, you actually see buried in a tree trunk a smoldering hooked horn. Just smoking gently, shattered at the base.
Gonna try and walk over slowly, limping over, holding my rib. I get to it,
Fuck healing.
Yeah.
I need
Why
a
don't you-
trophy.
Come back. Wait, stop.
Lean on the tree, grab the horn. I'm gonna try and
Yeah, give me
pull
a
it
strength
out.
test.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not gonna begrudge
I'll
you
give you
for,
athletics if you have it.
a
Okay.
unique trophy, but
Oh, I rolled a 16 again, so that is
God's
actually
favorite.
22.
Wow.
These are my good rolls for the night.
yeah, that's it. We're fucked for the rest of the game. Get it all out now.
I need
Using-
my trophy.
Using the shield to kind of like stabilize yourself on the ground and against the base of the tree, you're able to just reach up with that right hand and feel that wince of the open wound left behind by the very horn that you're trying to free from the tree. And with a solid yank after a few leveraging twists, you're able to pull it free. And you have in your possession a 14-inch length
I need a pen.
of gore horn.
I think you have a pen somewhere over there. There's cards over there as well. Lanier kind of
Oop.
getting up, she looks to Nils.
14
I help her up.
inch horn.
Thank you. And
This is important inventory.
she gestures to Nils and is like, "Your knight could use some assistance." Sorry, our DM just mysteriously scooched to the kitchen.
Is he getting me a
he's-
horn? He's getting me a horn. He's getting me a horn. I have horn vibes.
I have horn vibes.
That's usually phrasing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
You gotta polish that horn now. I watch it every day.
Show him, Vanna. Yeah.
So, I go over
love
to
it.
her
Mhm.
and I start whistling. And I'm going to chunk in 4 mana.
Whoa.
I'm not even that hurt, but I mean,
I thought you were.
I mean, I said, Nils, you should tend to your knight. She
And
could use
Lanero
some-
was the one that was really
Yeah, she's
hurt.
like, I'm fine,
I'm
but
thought-
Carmen
okay,
could use some help.
I'm hearing,
No, 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 no,
I'm
from-
hearing descriptions of she's holding her guts in
I'm not
while
holding my
going.
guts
no,
in.
both
my
of them
ribs
are.
were hurt.
Both of them
Yeah.
are, but
Yeah.
Lanero was the one that was.
Then
you
I will-
can see just there's a deep red
Well, yeah, and
stain
considering
running down her right
considering I helped her up, I would see it first.
leg. Yes.
So I'll start whistling on, and that will be 4d8 back
Plus charisma.
plus my charisma, and that's going to be 18 points back, y'all.
Ooh.
Healing. It works.
When it happens.
Ooh.
That was for you.
I've been healing everybody else. You're yelling
No,
at me to
it's
heal
fine.
myself.
She's gonna, now that she has her trophy, which she needed, she's gonna like look down at herself,
Come
kind
on,
of hold,
spleen.
The ribs are definitely tender, and the
gonna gently, very gently place her hand there, close her eyes, concentrate, and use lay on hands. I will blow 10 of it.
How is Nils?
Nils is full.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
He
Oh,
took
yeah, we
care of
protect
himself.
As he was barely dying, he's healing Nils up to full.
Listen,
Yeah.
Nils is priority here. We all
That's
know
why.
that.
That's right. You're yelling at me about that, not healing yourself. I'm healing him. So what the hell?
I
Make up your
love
mind.
him. Okay, so I'm up to
There's no placing some people.
61. Now a little more healed, she kind of stretches a little bit. Looks back at where the herdstone was, satisfied that things are sufficiently destroyed.
It's now it's rubble scattered
Yeah.
about the small valley, and you can see like a broken tooth, blackened, rotted on the inside, just jutting up out of the ground, where once stood the great, almost 25-foot obelisk.
Not anymore.
You can still see some of the carvings that once glowed red. Now, no sign.
Are you okay now, Linnea?
Yeah, whatever you did, it definitely helped. And she's just kind of taking the tendrils of her dress and just kind of like squeezing some of it out, which really just sucks it into her white gloves. She's like, I don't know why I try. I don't. Alright, we're all okay. We really should check on Ernesto and Bertold. I mean, if they're just holed up there, that would be the best case situation, and then we can yell at them for not backing us up.
Yeah, first I'm going to physician heal myself. I'll chuck another 4 points in, so I'll give myself another 4.
So looks, I am all but tapped out. If we find something on that hill that does not want us to be there, I don't know.
28 points.
Maybe we should have him look ahead. I mean, if they hunker down, they should be safe. If there is anything attacking them.
Having that information before we go frolicking into it.
You want to go take a look at...
Okay, just a sec. Wow, that got me up to almost full. Nice. That was a good one.
Last week, not like good rolls now, because last week we were fucked.
Last week I rolled 6 points on 4d8, for God's sake.
Last week was hard, okay?
It was hard.
All right. Well, first, before I do that, I'm thinking I take the elven cloak off, and prestidigitation. Clean it. Well, it's going to be hard to look invisible with it dripping with blood.
I'm sure that's the reason.
I put it back on.
It actually might be better coverage if it were dripping with blood.
In this setting, possibly.
Yeah.
Listen, he has his vanity.
All right,
that's
so
fine.
you're heading back to the direction of the caravan?
Yes.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
We're going to watch, but from afar.
With the cloak on, I get advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody trying to view you has disadvantage on their perception.
18?
Okay. You sneak through the brush, reapplying streaks of red as you pass over areas that had been painted by a splatter.
Oh, Nils and Carmen should still have the bonus as well, the enhanced ability, because I gave it to them.
No, I think it ended just as you...
That was a really long
heroism?
combat.
Really long time
And
ago.
did like 2 turns before the end.
No, we're just going to let that
Okay.
slide. Making your way through the brush. You end up coming to at least a spot where you can see past a few trees into the clearing. And you can see atop the golden, once more, caravan, just a knee kind of sticking up and one leg hanging off. And you can see looks like a axe might be buried in part of one of those legs.
Uh-oh.
You're a terrible person. They were lovely.
We told them what to do.
We're not there. That's
We
fine.
told them
Our
what to
outrage is
do.
internal.
They wouldn't have been able to move without us.
I take my pistols out.
I see him take his pistols out.
Do you? We were.
Are you making?
He was scouting ahead.
I was trying to watch him.
You would have to roll with disadvantage to see where he was going. Because with that cloak, he really...
Perception
You're gonna
with
have
disadvantage.
to say something to us. Yeah, perception with disadvantage. What is this?
Carmen's everyday life.
No, they might get stuck.
I love that you're like,
gonna put the dice in there,
yeah,
shake it in
this
there,
poor
roll it.
touched trophy.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee cup.
It's red. It's red. It's appropriate. Okay.
That's a
Oh,
D12.
oh, I rolled a D12. That's fine. Here. Oh, actually, my lowest was a 16. I keep rolling 16s. It's weird. So it's a 17.
Okay.
Okay.
But you were at an 18.
Mm-hmm.
So you caught him and then just you lost him in amongst the brush. Make a perception test. that's been drunk from that horn.
It's my heartbeat.
It's like you hear screams of
The
pain
screams
and
of the
anguish.
damned and violence.
23.
23? Okay. At first, you were so focused on looking at the caravan itself, the carriage, and you saw the legs of what looked like Ernesto's clothing. You notice arrayed around and at several points throughout, beastmen, statues of gold, arrayed in a fan formation, some looking like they're getting ready to run in and leap, some looking like they've just been shot and they're recoiling backwards. You look to your left, and 2 trees down, there's one stuck amongst the brush. And you notice that there's leaves, and the opposite side of the trees facing the carriage are as though they've been dappled with golden dust.
I couldn't help it. I was
Damn it.
She went there too.
Wrestling reference. Sorry. She looks over to Carmen. How long should... Well,
I don't know. Thought he would say something
I'll go.
by now.
All right, I'll go back to them. It's not good.
what do you mean not good?
I have a bad feeling that Ernesto may be dead.
What gives you that idea?
Well, the fact that I saw an axe sticking out of a leg on the top of the carriage that is surrounded by what looks like golden statues of beastmen in various positions of either recoiling or in attacking.
But when Berthold couldn't hold it indefinitely, when his spell released, the horses seem to have motion again. It's possible, we don't know if the beastmen will be released, so maybe that means he's alive.
Well, Berthold is probably alive inside, but I don't know about
Okay,
Ernesto.
and if
So
he's
we have.
bleeding
That's why
out
I'm
to
bringing.
death
That's why
right
I'm bringing
now,
you.
I
That's
suppose
why I'm
Either
coming
way,
back to get you.
we should
Yeah.
go. Even though
So I lead them back.
we're all pretty worn out.
A little less stealthy, though.
Yeah.
Unless you guys are trying to sneak up on the carriage. No, you're just running to it.
No, I don't think Lanira has.
I said there's no sign of actual movement. All the beastmen that were there were all petrified as gold.
There's this as you run up through the brush. You get maybe 30 feet from the edge of the clearing. You hear a snap, crack, bang, and part of the tree above your head explodes.
Okay.
And sitting up, holding on to his leg, with a large blunderbuss-looking pistol, is Ernesto.
It's us.
Hold! It's hold!
I'm glad you're alive. I thought you were dead when I saw you a moment ago.
He says, "No, be bright. You know what I mean."
Okay.
And he lies down.
I've only got 3 mana left. All
Alright,
right.
as we I guess we're gonna make our way up to the carriage. How absolutely destroyed are you up there? He thought you were dead. Do you need help?
You just see a hand come up. I'll be fine.
She kind of side eyes.
I just-
Carmen, like
I just need to take a nap up here. It's fine. It's fine.
What does his
I
leg
close
look
my eyes.
like?
I feel fine.
And
Except for the large axe sticking out of my thigh.
Nils, would you please tend to that?
Nils just, yes, hey,
Do you
runs
need a
over.
boost?
He takes his sword off, jabs it into the ground, and starts climbing up the
Oh,
ladder
he's
on
so
the
good.
side. Going to tend to the wounds of Ernesto. You see him start to go to work. One hand glowing with Sigmar's healing rays. The other hand pulling the axe out, throwing it away with disdain at the cornate touched weapon, an unholy thing.
It's dirty.
And you see just a hand go up from Ernesto, and then
He's good.
drops down. You see arrayed around you these beastmen.
Do we need to be worried about?
She walks up to one of them, like a few feet away from its base, and stares at it.
Surprisingly lifelike. You didn't think they would go and sculpt that deep into the throat. Its mouth open, fangs exuding.
She almost wants to touch it, but she knows better.
I was about to say, Lunera smacks her
She
hand.
like lifts up the hand a little bit and is like,
Maybe we should drive the carriage away and then
well,
nuke these creatures with a fireball.
He
easy for you to say.
Ernesto kind of sits up for a second. He says, it's okay. It's okay. Hold on. And he just onto the top of the carriage. A nice little sequence of knocks.
The safety word.
And then, no, that's not their safe word. You hear a few
Rubber ducky.
empty thuds from within respond. And you see the carriage start to return to its natural state.
She kind of jumps back from the beastman.
Yeah, Lunera is literally stepping back to make sure.
Holding my axe. Are
As
they
you
still frozen?
As you see it slowly, the gold almost melting away from the carriage, the mechanical horses reigniting with their electric stuttering kind of motion. It stops when it hits the floor. The gold seems almost like an eruption that came out from the carriage. Remains.
Well, that's a bit of a relief. It's one less fire we had to deal with. I don't know how much
From
fire I
inside.
had with me.
The door kind of peeks open for a second. You see the venerable wizard's head kind of poke out. He's gone. Yes?
Yes, we've taken care of them.
What do we do with these?
Yeah. They'll revert back to flesh.
Quickly?
No, I made sure that it would last a little bit longer.
Can we just end them now?
Oh, they can't hold their breath that long.
Huh.
Oh, that's clever. Oh.
Very nice.
They're not completely gold. It's just everything that I could touch with magic.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well,
Excellent detail work.
He looks up and he says, "You're taking good care of him, yes?" And Nils leans over. Yeah. It's he's going to be fine. I'm doing my best. And he leans back. He's even got a medical kit out. He's wrapping the wound. He's not just relying on his faith-based healing to fix him.
extra
By
level.
the way, I haven't spent like 3 mana
Okay.
on cure wounds and similar spells.
There you go.
So he's down to 2 mana.
Yeah, we're all quite feeling the aftermath of that. I only have 3 left.
Okay.
And Berthold turns around and says, "You You took care of them out in the...
Oh yes, they're
All of
they're
them are
all
gone.
they're all quite vanquished.
The herdstone is
Good.
gone as well.
Good. Thank God.
We got the leader.
Thanks gods. I'm surprised you want to keep that.
Kind of show him where it hurt me.
I think the surprise is more that it has intermingled with chaos so intimately.
It's fine.
He walks over. May I? He kind of touches over with his staff and holds it up. And you see his eyes kind of light up gold for a few seconds as he kind of gazes over it. So, there's a little corruption left behind. If you wish, I could possibly see to it.
I would appreciate that.
He walks over back to he takes it with him. He walks back over to the caravan. He kind of elbows part of it, and a little stool pops out of the side. He sits down, places his staff to the
Nice little
side.
mobile home.
He places it in his lap, puts his hands on top of it, and closes his eyes. And focuses. And you see veins that were once blackened ridges start to be overwritten by, looks like gold inlay.
It's like that art style. You know what I'm talking
The
about.
cup pottery.
The cup
Yeah.
pottery, very
Yeah.
much like that.
Very cool.
Every part of it that could have been touched directly by chaos being etched and overwritten and purified and turning it into a new horn. And he holds it up again, he looks into it, and he takes his hand and he touches it to the base of it and actually starts to move his hand in, hollowing out.
He's hollering.
Lydia
He's making.
uses one of the last 3 mana to detect magic so she could watch a little
As
deeper.
you're watching, you're seeing the
Amaze.
lore spinning around his hand. You can see it now that you've activated to detect magic, so that you can see the lore of metal, the winds flowing up and picking up some of the golden dust that had been formed along the ground and forming up around his hand and becoming almost like a drill as he slowly starts to push in like a potter.
He's
hollowing
hollowing.
out
He's making the drink horn.
a vase.
I'm over
His
Lorna.
hand goes in and he for somebody with such knobby, gnarled old hands, they move with a deftness and an assurance that show a near century of magical knowledge as he adjusts and moves and flows with the horn itself. And as he gets to the very end, he just kind of makes an O-ring with his hand. Clips the bottom.
Filthy.
He closes his eyes once more and looks over the horn with his eyes closed, adjusting it in front of his eyes, moving it around. Yes. He gets up and he walks back to you, picking up his staff again, walking over, a little hunched. He's an older gentleman. And he hands the horn back, now hollowed, the interior laid with gold. ready to be used as an instrument, should you wish.
Thank you. This is...
You came to our aid, and I am not as well-spoken as my partner, but I do wish to show you thanks for what you have done. And if removing some corruption and making something useful out of such a once vile thing is what I can do, then I will do it for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He kind of looks confused as he doesn't know. It's almost like he doesn't know what else to do with himself once he's given the... I want to go check on Ernesto. Turns around and starts walking back.
Abruptly, as he kind of moves away, she, like, with the last of her eyes still wide and black, she's like, "That was beautiful. I wanted to ask if it was like college curriculum or if this is a skill set."
Well, you could still ask him. He's right there.
Yeah, but I feel like I should know, and if I don't know, it might be peculiar.
Well, the worst he can say is no.
The worst he could say is, "Why don't you know this?" and then be
She's
concerned.
gonna hold it up and blow into it.
My face
Oh,
is
it's
like right here.
it's a musical horn.
It's a
Yeah.
horn.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought it was a drinking horn. Okay.
Said he cut off the ends.
Yeah, oh, you know,
Yeah.
he clipped the end off. I
Yeah.
mean, technically, you could turn it into a drinking horn just by
Plug
putting
it.
a rubber
get-
stopper into the bottom. But empty, it's a blasting horn if you really need to. As it sounds...
I wasn't gonna blow it hard.
No,
Gentle blows.
it makes...
Stop it.
It makes a sweet, low thrumming... Not a blast, but a call. Everyone feels kind of inspired in a moment, and then it just kind of fades away as the horn sound drifts off and meanders through the trees.
Were there any changes in the winds?
I don't know that. This is more than I could have ever hoped for. I just
Is
I just
there
wanted
a
to
chance I
take
might
his
recognize
horn.
something of it, since it seems to be like musical magic?
Not really. It's because it's this is a new kind of thing for you. You're not... There's one thing about how you express yourself through magic, and it's another thing to be watching what could possibly be a newly enchanted item. You know what I mean?
If I were able to see the color, was it Haish? Was it Azir? Like what? At least what wind seemed most mingled?
Remember the ponderings of Teclis about the priesthoods using magic?
That it is magic nonetheless, but through the filter that's untouched by...
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I wish I went to college.
I wish I went to school.
Damn it, I wish I...
You read enough books.
Yeah, it's fair.
But you saw even with just the gentlest of soundings, there was a rather warm opportunity in that sound. You feel as though given some time, you might be able to identify such a phenomenon.
I'm amazed at his ability to turn something like this into something useful and beautiful.
More than you know. Whenever we have the time to rest. Hopefully, soon. I'm tired. Would you possibly lend it to me for me to look over? The way he removed chaos is not just in that the item, but I feel like the winds themselves, he is pulling from somewhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can certainly look at it. Just don't break it.
As you're marveling over this new
Nerds.
thing that has yet to be christened, it has no name. And you hold it in your hand.
She's stroking it, guys. I want you to know. She's just like
the base.
You can see that wow, I had to stop myself for a second. I said, Kevin is helping down Ernesto. No. Nils is assisting
Kevin's always
Ernesto
assisting.
down from the top of the caravan of the carriage, his leg wrapped. Not putting a lot of weight on it, but still favoring his left leg as he kind of makes his way slowly down the ladder on the side of the carriage. He turns around and he immediately, almost forgetting about the favoring that he had in his leg before, he runs over to Berthold and throws his arms around him and kind of starts checking him all over and checking the top of his head and looking him up and down, and Berthold's just stop it.
And as they're having that moment, she blows in the horn again. Awkward eye contact moment, or
he's seemingly satisfied. He kind of leans back with his hands on Berthold's shoulders. He just nods and he gives him a kiss on his bald forehead. He says, You worried me. He says, go on, sit down. I know you don't like standing for too long. I will entertain our guests. Go. And he kind of takes him over to the carriage.
Everyone needs a friend like
grumbling
him.
the whole time as he
Friend,
gets inside.
yeah.
Yes, friend.
Friend? Okay.
He turns around and... So, this is what might be said as a successful day.
It certainly could have gone worse.
I would say it was a success.
Yes.
We're all alive, the beastmen are dead, the forest is cleansed.
Well, the forest may be cleansed.
It could use a good rain or two.
He looks up into the sky and he says, but I do not see clouds, but I do see that we have a few more hours of daylight. If you wish to travel with us a little bit, just to get away from this place.
Sure.
That would be most appreciated.
Especially if there's possibly any stragglers down the road, it would be best if we stuck together.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the closer to Rohrhoff we get, the better.
Yeah.
Yes!
Was that Elvira?
There you go. Yes, it was Elvira. It's Cassandra's birth year, 1988, which is also the year that Jurassic Park released.
That's my birthday.
1988 was also Mistress of the Dark.
It was also when Mistress of the Dark released. So it's a
How
whole
did
bunch.
we figure that out?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
Who
But
figured that
Wait,
out?
who figured it out?
Arashi no Ken. Well, they were
course.
throwing it around, but he was the one that dropped the bits. Normally
they
we
were
would wait.
talking. They were like,
Collaborative
"Oh."
teamwork, yeah!
Normally we would wait
No, but yay.
until
There's no way I'd be able
That's
to
two.
continue hearing Jurassic Park in the background. Let's
Yeah.
be real here.
That's two now that he got.
Also, let's talk about how badly Lanier wants to ride a cold one. Just saying. If I ever get that mount, I hope you all spam that
I could
in
use
chat.
a cold one right now. Anyway.
We're adults.
Kill does me wounds. Guessing my age incorrectly.
Oh no.
All right, we'll hold off on doing that.
We'll
on
shame
any
you on
more
the
of the bit
break.
stuff until break. I'll talk to you guys about it on break.
Sorry, I heard the dinosaurs. The
Yeah,
call
I
of
was
my
like, all of a
pe-
sudden, wait a minute.
The call of my people!
No, my people.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
And
Sorry.
I've got the useless arms to prove it.
Ernesto jumps up into the seat of the carriage and works a few levers, and you see him grab a set of reins that connect to what look like they look like handles within the backs. Like they're not hooked up to the fronts of the horses, but they seem to be
Like they're not on the bridle.
They're not on the bridle, on the bit. They seem to be where the mane would be. There seems to be a groove, and they're attached to a spot, like a pole within the groove. And as he starts to pull back on the reins and release, it kind of kicks them into a motion, and they start to kind of clop along in a not unnerving, but in kind of a clockwork carnival kind of a canter as it starts to pick up speed. And
All right, I'll sit in the sharpshooter seat up on the top of it.
okay, sitting shotgun.
Yes.
And as it starts to move, and Berthold opens the door and says, "Anyone who doesn't want to walk outside is welcome to join me in and have a seat."
You looked at me. I would.
How much room do they have in there?
Yeah. Is there how much room? We didn't want to clutter you.
It
seems
disorienting.
It seems a lot bigger on the inside.
Not a lot bigger, but bigger. It's not a house in there, but it does make you question the dimensions of the exterior, or at least maybe you just haven't seen it from the right angle, because it's deeper than it is wide, or something like that. But nothing to really make you feel like it's like a 2-story. It's not one of the tents from fucking Harry Potter.
She just waves to Carmen. Hop in.
I guess it's just relative.
All right, let's all go. She like
In
gestures
dimension.
to Nils.
In space.
Nils, are you sure you don't want me to ride on top and keep an eye out or something? Or?
I mean, do you want to talk to Hildebrand for hours?
It's not my choice.
We've discussed that. You have the choice.
I am still her squire, though. You still get to make.
It would be cruel, though.
Oh, thank you very much.
From above.
He can't hear that.
I have excellent hearing.
I hear that.
She just trust
I don't think we're in danger.
We can.
No, not at all.
You two go in the carriage for a little bit. I'll stay with Hildebrand for a little while.
Oh,
and then I
that's
will
sweet of
swap.
you.
She looks to Nils. We will swap later. A pleading look on her face.
If my knight says
It's
that
fine.
is what she wishes.
That's fine, yes.
She's kind of like looking up to Hildebrand, like, how the fuck am I getting up here?
There's several ladders on the
Okay.
sides of the carriage that are easy. It's not
And
moving very
I'll reach
fast.
my hand.
It's
I'll
just-
reach my hand down with my 9 strength to her 8 strength.
Yeah, teamwork right there,
I'm
guys.
gonna give him a boost.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Pick her up by her little scrawny elvish legs.
You're able to
Whoop.
boost her up. And
And
the
boost-
top,
Boosts her over the edge.
once you're able to get a hand over the gold filigreed railings, you find that the top is actually cushioned. It's leather padding of some kind, and there's a few trunks on top. But you also see what looks like arrays of different levers and access panels dotting the top of it as
I'm
well.
not going to touch any of them.
You have two very curious cats on top of this carriage right
Oh
now.
no.
Go
Well,
ahead,
Nils,
push the lever. No, I'm not going
thought
to
it
push
would
the
be
lever.
best for them to be up there because of their
Perceptive
ranged
abilities.
capabilities. Yes. That too. Thank you for that.
I heard that.
You don't see shit. He doesn't heal shit. That's the way it rolls.
But together, we are chaos unending.
Oh, unending indeed.
For the next few hours, you travel through the Drakwold Forest.
I read my book.
How many hours?
3.
Okay.
Will this count as a short rest?
I'll let you guys count it as a short rest. You're riding in a carriage that is rather automated.
If anybody needs healing, I would say do it now. And
For arcane recovery, I'm at level 7. How much do I get? Because it's.
Half your level round up.
Oh, thank you. I was like, do I round up?
I'll be right back, guys.
Bardic
Okay.
Inspiration I get back after short rest now.
So that would be 4 then?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And yes.
My my Song of Healing won't help with your art with your.
No,
with-
I'm
with
really
your arcane
hurting
recovery.
mana-wise, but I'm full health. So she's got nothing to bitch about, but I don't know how useful she would be to anybody right about now. Because
Don't like a resting carriage ride.
yeah, I think they definitely appreciate not having to walk, considering they've been running through a forest
And a
behind
temple.
Carmen for a very long time now.
That's fair.
After running- after
this is a
running
big
through
old
a temple.
So.
Yeah, we just hiked through. Listen, when I drew Lanira and I gave her like an ass with legs, I did not really understand how canon that would be. Because if you're walking all the time, Jesus
Let me
Christ,
see.
man.
Because you were doing
It's
it
all
the, on
like
look,
the,
look.
the thighs and like the calves.
Kids of the '90s will get this.
Oh my god. Why did I give it to him?
Why did you?
Ni- 90s kids will remember. 90s kids remember. Do you hear the ocean?
I'm telling you, you
What
hear
does it sound like?
screams of murder. It's like a
Lycanthropy.
No, a single
What?
red.
Did you just hurt yourself?
A single red. What did you do?
No,
I
think
heard
she's
the darkness.
just the darkness. I'm
Charlie.
here, but I want to go over there and clip that moment. But I'm over here now.
It can happen later.
Listen,
but-
someone in chat will get on it. They,
It can
they can do it. I
happen
believe
later.
in
I
them.
mean, to be fair, like Kill put himself as like the smoke clipper. As, like,
I'm at the end of my
Oh,
bard
yeah.
snack.
That badge.
Yeah, open your bard snacks
How
now.
long
Not
have you
when the
had
DM is
those?
like, the silence overwhelms us. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Oh, that's what that was.
This is the most intact one.
I also heard people talking, like people downstairs
Yeah,
probably.
I heard that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I thought like was the outside
No, we can
collapsing?
usually hear our downstairs neighbors at all times. That's just the thing. That's normal.
Okay.
You don't hear usually when we have air conditioner on though. That helps.
Oh, the air conditioner decided to take a break today.
Yeah, well, it's better for our audio without having
That's
to.
true.
Also, it's really hard
It
for
was
us.
nice out today, nice and cool.
But we don't have
Let's go
windows
with
open
Taz.
because insects.
Well,
But-
if there's stuff going wrong in the Mets game, my mom will probably be a little loud.
Rowdy. All right.
All right, so okay, is the bard? Are you? What do you gotta do? You like gotta get your mana and spells and things together.
Well, it's a short rest, so
I only get my inspiration back after
you
a
get
short
inspiration. Does Nils get anything for short
That's a
rest
good
with his
question.
divine?
Good
Good
question. We gotta check in on Nils.
Let's
Oh
see.
boy.
Yeah,
The
listen.
precious boy that will not sexualize.
We shall
you.
consult.
We will not call the
consult
horn
the
Nils
players'
and have Carmen blowing Nils. That's a no-no.
You just did.
No, somebody did it earlier, and then Cody was like, "We will not
The
do
horn
it to
is
our boy."
pure. No.
No, it's just a little bestiality esque. It's
Also,
fine.
I'm not. I forgot. There's not like a mic, and
I know.
Yeah, you gotta-
Good. The world
I
can't
don't know
hear
what
your
to do with this.
shame.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if my audio is terrible right
Oh,
now.
I mean, I'm pretty
That's
sure
not right.
Nils is basically the main character,
What-
and we're
what-
his support
okay.
party.
So the point question is like, what is the age of Nils actually?
He's
What's like
16.
I think he's 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like in like I don't know like what the logistics
Yeah, but
of
in
Warhammer
medieval
universe.
times, you're
16 was
you're
yeah.
getting married off at 14, 15 years old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that I think sometimes the fantasy games kind of forget a little bit, is if you're a historical fantasy, there you have to look at things in the idea of you're not living past.
That's like somebody asked in the
I mean,
somebody
like-
asked in the Facebook 5th edition group,
Mm.
why does everybody in their backgrounds have dead parents? And I said, well, because in medieval times, and it's accentuated in the fantasy games, you didn't have that long a life expectancy.
Oh, that's syphilis.
Extreme syphilis.
Extreme syphilis.
But then, so when you go into a fantasy setting compounded with orc raids and goblins and dragons,
Yeah, okay, you know what? That
You-
makes the trope a little bit better when you do realize everyone's dying all the time. I mean, that's fair. My warlock was the first D&D character I played, and she doesn't know where her dad is. She thought her mom was dead, found out later was not. So that was my way of combating the trope. She's batshit crazy though. The mom. It was bittersweet.
I've got I've got the one parent killed the other parent.
Well, Lynira has she did drop that she has a dead
I actually
dad.
had that too.
Yeah.
My first character, the father killed the mother.
That just
Well,
means
that's
you
what. Well,
have
that's
to be
that's
Batman.
that's
Yeah.
Bran's whole. That's Bran's
For some
thing,
reason, I
is that his
wanted my
father
character to have.
killed his mother and then killed the
Yeah.
maid and his best friend because
my
they knew
God.
that the father killed the
We
mother.
have so much to bond about that I can't even talk about yet. God.
Bye forever.
No!
Will you stop saying that, or we'll
Yeah,
take away your horn?
He referred to the horn as Nils,
That's
and
what
he
he
said
did.
blow
That was me.
Nils.
I was just referring.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You all are
I'll
disgusting.
believe that. I'll believe that when I see the chat
Check
log.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
It was probably kilt.
I'll believe that
No,
when I
even
see-
Master Allen would put my I
Oh,
put
Master
my money
Allen,
on
yes.
Allen.
Okay,
Is he in tonight?
I don't know.
you guys
Yeah.
can take a short rest if you wish.
So I get
Yes.
yes.
I got 4 mana back from my short rest. Nils, what does he get back?
Besides his channel divinity, does he get any mana or no?
No, no.
But
He
he
just
gets-
gets his channel divinities
yeah,
back, which
yeah.
is really good.
Nice.
Does
Yeah.
anybody
Helpful.
Does anybody get a D back of health?
I am
if
full
you,
health.
If you want to use your
Need it.
if you want to use your rest health
I mean, I
hit
could.
dice, you can.
Because
you
then
at?
I can add
61.
Song of Healing to it as well.
Out of-
82.
Out of 82, Jesus,
That
meat
could
life.
heal. Could heal.
This is why we couldn't use the chips anymore, because I don't have enough chips to represent 82 health. I would need to buy another suitcase of chips.
All right, to be fair, I wasn't calculating health right the entire time, so for a while I thought Linear only had 30 health. Turns out we
Yeah.
have 54 health. So that was really
she wasn't
liberating.
adding her con bonus.
Yeah.
She wasn't adding her con bonus. I wasn't adding my my skills with the weapons to the attack roll.
Proficiency bonus.
So I feel like I'm rolling in so much life now. 54 seems like an ocean.
And I found out too that I can add the jack of all trades to initiative. Because it's not a
We're not
skill.
perfect people.
Okay, so Nils is resting.
Yeah.
And you're healing?
Oops.
All right, so you'll get back an extra 5 points from myself here.
Percentage die.
So whatever you rolled plus 5.
If Ernesto needs any more, if Ernesto does healing, it'll work on him too.
Nils did a pretty good job of patching him
13,
together.
17. Okay. So 78. Not quite
You're close.
full, but it's okay.
78 out of 82.
Watch.
My Cure Light really helped me a lot. I'm only like five off now. Now the Song of Healing wouldn't work on me because I wasn't healing myself actively, correct? Or since somebody was healing and it was able to go off.
If you use it, the only way Song of Healing works is if you spend a hit die to heal, Song of Healing adds that extra
Right.
die to that.
Oh, so
all it
he's
does.
like sacrificing his.
No.
Mm,
No, if anybody spends a hit die while he is singing on a short rest,
okay.
everyone gets back whatever he rolls on the D8.
Oh, everybody gets back?
Well, whoever spends the
Right.
hit die.
So I didn't, so I'm not getting the 5
So you
back.
didn't,
so that's,
so you're
that's
not getting
fine.
5.
So as long as you got back, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
be fine.
anyway.
Man.
Yes, shame on me for
Ernesto-
thinking of other people.
Ernesto regales you with stories of his traveling from Stalia, across Bretonia into the Empire until he found his way to the engineers' schools in Hochland. He kind of mutters on and talks about the first time he met Berthold while at a demonstration of artillery that might have gone astray. The dwarves were there with a small contingency, and they got into an argument about who was better at counter battery fire. And they decided to test the claim. It was a small battle, but it was still a battle nonetheless.
You don't diss a dwarf on his craft.
No, just the humans were very insistent that they were just as good as the dwarven craftsmen. And the dwarven craftsmen laughed and laughed and laughed. They wanted to prove a point.
And they did.
Nobody really won the argument, because eventually those in charge, when they saw the 7th casualty fall, the idea of this is an accident wasn't really on the table anymore, so it was kind of cut short before a definitive winner could be chosen.
That's why we can't go nice places.
No grudge was forged that day, though. Within, Berthold keeps to himself. He's reading, and there's a small desk that kind of slides out from one of the parts, one of the sections of the wall within the carriage. He has a rather large book on it that he is scribbling into, and he has other books out, as well as it appears to be a looking glass of gold. It's a looking glass of gold, but it's just casting a faint light, almost as if it were reflecting a waning sun at sunset. Nice golden light being cast from it, even though the sun's directly overhead. Well, not directly overhead. It's starting.
Yeah, you said there
this
was only
mirror
3
isn't-
hours, or
What?
You said there was only like 3 hours.
Yeah, there was
a
about
day.
3 hours of sun. The sun isn't pointing in the direction where the mirror is, and it's always giving a consistent consistent,
Diffused.
gentle, diffused glow down onto his desk as he works away with a very strange-looking quill. No feathers. It almost looks like a piccolo. A small woodwind instrument with levers on it, and a steel point.
Did you know my character knows flutes? Like, I actually have that written down.
I did not,
I was like, I took an instrument skill.
but there you go.
Yep.
And that explains why you can play the horn
Yes.
Musical talents unveiled.
Yep.
Almost the fucking end of the season. We're finding that juicy backstory.
Kevin.
Yep.
there. Kevin!
What?
Nothing. Just disappointed.
Uh-oh.
What did I do?
Why are we disappointed in?
What did he do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
He's laughing as he denies it.
What did
There's
you
a glow
do?
like
No,
Rudolph
okay,
coming
back.
over there.
Okay.
After 3 hours, the sun starts to... it has fallen below the trees, and twilight has set in.
While we were going, before we started losing the light, I show him the duckfoot and the repeater and asked his opinion on them.
He looked them over. He says, this one here, it's rather standard. And looking over the duckfoot, it doesn't have any advanced mechanisms. It's just a single hammer striking a pan and diverting. But this one, this is of the make of the proper engineers of Hoagland.
Ah.
It's very nice. I have two. And he pulls out a pair from behind him
I
that
love
were
him
in
so much.
that were in
Oh,
holsters within the bench.
oh man.
Oh,
His are much prettier
than mine.
ivory inlays.
Oh! Oh, it's hurting!
More golden filigree running down the barrels.
Oh, well, that goes without saying.
Each barrel with a with its own. It's got sights on it. Iron sights, but each barrel has its own sight, giving the end this a very unique kind of silhouette. As you look, not directly down the barrels, you never do that. Just kind of off to one side. This is very good, but these are custom. They are mine. I'm very proud of them.
And you should be.
He puts them away and kind of rattles on more about learning the ins and outs and how he, received a little bit of shit at the engineering school because he wasn't an imperial citizen. He was a stallion. He was a foreigner that, he's lucky that he was let in. Bought his way in, when in actuality, he got through the testing process purely on knowledge and talent.
I love these guys too much. They're so splendid and lovely.
I'm glad we saved them.
So happy he didn't kill them.
As I gotta make you sweat a little bit. Once the night is starting to deepen and truly begin, they just pull over to the side of the road. No clearing, no searching for a location to kind of stay in. And Ernesto hops down, climbs down the ladder, and opens up the door to the interior. Says, if you would be so kind as to take care of, the usual preparations. And Berthold, Yes, I will do that. If you'll excuse me. He gets up, grabs his staff, and walks out. He walks over to the other side of the carriage and kind of looks around at this small area next to the road. Kind of picks like 5 or 6 trees. And you see him pop the top of his staff open and just pour what looks like iron filings in a line along the ground. Snaps it back closed and slams his staff into the ground, and the iron filings come up into little dervishes. One for each of those trees. The dervishes go out and start boring through the trunks of those trees. You can hear the and once they cut through at the base, they replace that part of the trunk and slowly start to cut down from below as the trees slowly fall down into the filings, creating several large, just piles of pulp and tree matter. And about a 30 to 40 foot wide semicircle of a clearing is cut in about 5 minutes. And he just walks around and just as if blowing sawdust off a table, and enough of a gust comes out that it puffs all of the sawdust into the trees, scattering all of the fresh pulp and into the brush. This is after you. And Ernesto walks over and hops back up on top of the carriage and goes over to those buttons you were looking at before. Starts pulling a few levers and pressing a few things, and you hear the whirling and the clicking and the turning of gears, and poles start extending from the side on that part of on that part of the road, facing the forest. You reach out like long insect limbs and then stab into the ground.
And then the warning comes.
He opens up a hatch on the other side and unfurls, and running along grooves along the sides of those long insect-like spikes that ended up going into the ground, making what looks to be about a 20-foot long, like a wide, I'd say, actually, extension off the carriage of canvas.
Power camping.
Lanier's like milky white shoulders are just crestfallen as she's just watching everything, and she's just like, definitely not gonna have to cast that now, I suppose. Okay. She kind of looks down.
Says, we do not have space for you inside, but I hope this would be nice for you. We occasionally use it when we want to have some time outside, but it is raining or so.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. She's like still looking at where the trees were. Like both in awe and also really upset in a way.
If you go over and look,
Yeah.
smooth.
And the pulp, it will replenish.
A smooth, perfect, almost polished top to those stumps. And the stumps are almost even with the ground. Perfect dissection of the rings.
That's something else.
Is it like a cold night? I know it's more towards autumn. Is it comfortable?
It's comfortable. It's not a chilly night, but any wind that might give you that chill, you just hear it flap against the unrolled canvas of this carriage adjacent long tent of sorts. From one of the windows from the carriage that leads directly out into
It's like the foyer I used to have on my tent.
So one of the windows that of the carriage that opens directly into that part of the long tent opens up, and Ernesto says, "I have a fire pit for you if you wish. I do not want to, have to dig and gather rocks and such."
Sure.
That would be wonderful, thank you.
This is nice camping.
He walks over and he opens up a compartment on the side of the carriage and pulls out looks to be like a 5-foot round, clawed foot fire pit basin. He walks over, places it down. He says, also, do not worry. He walks over and he sets down a crisscross grate across the top of it that has hinges in the middle. Says, it should, if I assume you have your own bedrolls and such, we are very good with the harder materials, the metals and woodworking as an engineer, but neither of us are very good with needle and thread. So you'll have to...
We're fine. We have our own...
Yes. Thank you. You've helped a lot.
Thank you.
This is probably
plenty.
the best lodgings we've had, and her eyes glaze over. She's trying to mentally think of the last time they'd been in
Tomorrow
the tavern.
morning,
The Reaper's bounty.
Nils here cooks an amazing breakfast.
Oh, well, I look forward to it.
Just volunteered.
A handsome breakfast for my handsome boy.
He's a young man.
He starts to chuck. He just says, no.
He kids.
He's a fine young man.
He kids.
We're so protective.
There's
There's
no
a
need
lot
to worry.
out there.
My heart is already taken. No worries.
Didn't want to presume.
That had to be a duel. I was right.
He says, I will leave you to enjoy the night. I'm going to go inside and wash this out. He pats his leg. Says, and try and get some rest myself. And I know performing magic can sometimes wear Bertold down, so I will make sure he is comfortable as well. He says, good night, and if you want, he points over, he says, you can unbutton those to look at the stars while you're sleeping.
Oh, you think of everything.
Points over, there's little flaps.
Can you
button
adopt
flaps
us?
down. My two gay dads.
Yeah.
This
I
is
wanna be
how the
adopted.
series ends.
My parents don't really. They're not
We
that
retire.
great.
You open a tavern.
Yeah. It's the end of the season, guys. This is the big reveal. We move on. We move in with them.
Carmen opens a few of the flaps.
He goes over, and Nils has already gathered, not hearing any of that transpired about the breakfast comments. Comes back carrying, thicker branches, broken for firewood and such. And he starts loading it into the fire pit and getting ready to light it for the night to keep the small. Of course, I hope you do that when his hands aren't currently.
Yes. No, I'm going to wait till he's done.
What are you doing?
Prestidigitation can be used to light fires.
Yeah, that was last time he did that, and he didn't get a chance to take his hand out of the campfire.
Nils was still setting up
like,
the triangle
Yeah.
for the campfire, and it was just like, ah!
Sorry. Still getting used to it. This time I made sure.
He loads it in underneath the grate and closes it down and gets out his stand and stakes it into either side just above it, and hangs a teapot for boiling water, for tea, for a nightcap, and starts pulling out, breads and some not heavily prepared, some hard cheeses and breads for you guys to kind of snack on
Love cheese and
while
bread.
he waits. While you guys unwind for the night.
With the trance that she has, that 4 hours equal full rest, would she have enough time if she, as soon as everyone starts preparing, going off to try and put down a level 4 spell into her book?
Is it an evocation?
No.
It's an hour per level. Let me actually, Squire. A little hallway. On the floor on the left-hand side is where my player's handbook is, underneath some of them books.
There's been some heavy reading this week.
Perfect.
I like where the vampire book is located.
Yes.
I
started
started
on the table.
That's for them.
while I was sitting on
One
the
mine.
throne. I was
This is
paging
mine.
through, felt
Mine.
like a king.
Yeah.
It has better information. It's his book, so it has better
It's got
information.
his scent on it, don't you know?
Actually,
Considering where it was
I put my initials.
2 hours
Oh.
per level. It would take you 8 hours of copying.
because
And
it's not an evocation.
as an evocation, it would only take you 4 hours because it cuts it in half.
Yeah.
But it's 2 hours and 50 gold per.
I mean, the gold isn't really a problem. It was trying to find the time.
What are you, a hook horror?
No, it just takes 50 gold. Sorry,
Okay.
worth of materials, which I believe you purchased. There's also the opportunity to, if you want, and identify that.
Yeah. Once they've all kind of settled in, she's like, would you mind? And kind of going to, actually she's gonna ritual cast it and just take her time to really look it over. And she's just like,
Carmen's watching. Don't hurt my baby.
Intensely.
why do you think I'm going to listen? As much as I wouldn't mind taking it apart to put it back together
Horn
again, I
envy?
don't have the skills to do that. I wish I did.
I'm amazed at his ability to transform this. The applications.
I mean, I'm
I've-
much more interested in how.
I've seen destructive magic and healing magic. I've never seen anything like that.
I assume he's writing us a card.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Keep
have a
going,
fancy
talking about it.
card. Yeah.
If you choose to share.
Horace.
It's a
I mean,
horn
yes,
of,
it's
it's a horn of heroism.
it's in part my own curiosity, but if you know what tools you have with you, you'll always perform better. And if we can avoid more instances
It
where we
did.
all
Did
meet death,
did the feeling that we got when it sounded, did it feel familiar, like considering I've cast heroism?
No, I didn't say heroism. I said that
It's
you felt inspired.
inspiration.
yeah.
Okay, that's all I was at. I was just wondering. That's all. If it felt familiar, so it didn't. Okay. It was a legitimate question.
Look how
Nope, I
far
do
I
not
can
wanna word it
shove
like
my
that.
hand inside.
Oh my God! Do that a little higher up. There you go.
She was doing that
Ready?
before. You just didn't. Nobody just noticed.
Look how far, like, my fingers are here.
It's not that kind
Because,
of
like,
show,
I'm
folks.
collapsing my bones.
Well, listen, we had the Slanesh episode, okay? You missed the opportunity to show us how far your fingers go up the hole.
Hello. Good night, everybody. Seriously, good night. Oh, are we under some sort of protection here, or are we going to have to take a watch?
Not any more than any other place.
I mean, I didn't bother casting what we would normally when we bunker down. It seemed pointless. We have protection from the elements, and it's so cozy already, but we should still
We
set
should
up
take
a
watch. Yeah. I guess I will go first. Stars are nice.
I mean, you're watching for threats from the forest, not the sky, I hope.
Yeah. I will.
You never know. With the damn birds.
What about the birds?
What do you mean? What about the birds? We've had pigeons. We've had crows following us.
Only with the one.
I mean, I understand his concern to a certain extent. It is not exactly. I mean, knowing that we are being watched in so many ways.
If I did see anything but owls right now, I would be concerned.
The time of night being as it is.
I
yes.
will let you know if I see anything else. I'll wake you up because they are the biggest threat, aren't they? Birds in the night sky. Oh, I just saw one, and she points to the stars. What do you think we should do?
Blow your horn.
That wasn't nice.
Oh.
Picking on me when I only speak the truth.
I don't pick on people unless I like them.
Taking a page out of my book. Where did I put my pen?
Take from that what
Oh,
you
here.
will.
Sorry, I don't know
Oh,
where my
no,
pen
my
went.
pen got
Sorry.
Squire. Magic item transference.
Delivery service.
As you
I do.
the person who identifies.
Yeah.
Special delivery.
Read it to me.
Okay, so max 2 charges. When played, use 1 charge. Roll 1d4. 1 grants immunity to fear. 2 breaks illusions and enchantments. 3 casts mass word of healing. And 4 is a level 4 heroism. 1 charge replenishes at every dawn. So in not
What is it called?
Such a there is well as
There
he said
is
it has no name. So as she's like looking over,
It is a blessed item now. But it is still. At one time, it was chaotic. So.
that's why it's not as predictable.
Mhm. It's beneficial, but it is kind of unpredictable because it does have a chaotic element to it.
So, I like how
the horn
I
resplendent.
had not planned to make this item, but I thought I'd have it be interesting for you.
The horn resplendent.
I'm glad you. All I wanted was the trophy, but I'm glad where this has gone. Wait, so I find it appropriate. It's level 4 heroism for 4 people.
I think that's what that's what heroism. Every level gives a another target.
Yeah, I believe so.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
After she's done kind of explaining what she thinks are the intricacies of the horn, there's a lot. It seems unpredictable. I'm not certain 100% what you'll get every time, but I think the nature of it is, now that it's been, cleansed, will be beneficial. But you're taking first watch, so I'm just going to be a short distance over there. I want to start casting into my ring. I unfortunately freed up some space. But just so you don't, get alarmed, there will be a loud sound.
Don't do anything that looks like birds, sounds like birds.
So I need to make sure that it's not like this motion as I cast.
Yes, make sure that
I gotta keep my arm
very
tight.
clearly not avian.
Okay. I will give it my best.
We need to be sensitive to. Okay. Kaikala.
She just makes and just kind of stomps off a little out that way, just kind of like.
Have a good night.
And she's going to cast Thunderstep into her ring.
Okay.
No. Yes! Peace out, motherfuckers!
She vanishes in a thunderclap and ends up inside the ring.
Yes! Oh, it's my little house in there. When it says the tiny hut, that's what we're referring to. It's like a Polly Pocket.
Space.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss Polly Pocket.
I'm glad I could bring you back to that, dear.
I've heard of compact quarters, but really.
Anyway,
nice places.
so you charge.
Yeah, there is still a magic circle for I wrote chaos when I originally did it.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, and that would be all.
Just
she
realize
can do.
what might that since that is a term, there are things that you might think might belong to that might not.
Yeah, it's a
that.
little really confusing, so I just went with it.
A chaos cultist who just believes in chaos
May not be touched by chaos.
Yes.
Yes, but if he's mutated and
If he's enough of a mutant, yes. Yeah. There's a gray area where they're not fully fallen over to chaos yet, but they're still showing effects of it. Chaos being intrinsic to reality in a way. That gray area is where you're you might not be sure if it'll stop that, but it'll stop a full-blown demon or something that's obviously fully corrupted.
Okay. I mean, I'm not casting it now. That was cast before. It's still in there. I was just so you know what was in it. Okay. And when she cast her thunder spell into the ring, she's being overly particular, trying to make sure she gets every single bit of her high speech perfect in almost a self-conscious kind of manner.
Don't want to fuck that up.
Not I want to fuck that. Just make sure. Make it right.
She's feeling insecure with Berthold around.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was cool.
I know.
Magic envy.
It's okay. I believe you could be cool like that one day.
So, you all roll in for the night. Do you set a watch? Do you?
Well,
Yes, we
Carmen
said that.
first watch.
I'll wake up Nils.
I only need 4 hours of sleep, so if we want, I can take up watch.
Okay.
And everyone
That
gets some
way
sleep.
Nils will be fresh and ready for the breakfast.
She looks over at Nils and thinking about the food.
Nils is holding his bedroll What did I miss?
I'm just looking so forward to your cooking. It's been such a long day.
It is absolutely a highlight of our morning. Alright.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
I think he's still quite terrified of me.
You'll have to fix that in time.
I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but I'm not terribly good at making friends.
You'll learn. How long do you live?
Oh.
Longer than you.
Yes, so
Yeah.
you will learn. It's a good skill to have. Not that I'm the best at it, but I have less time to learn,
Okay.
as you pointed out.
The night goes by rather peacefully. You can hear some animals in the woods again as
Any birds?
things have calmed down.
If she does see a bird,
Here's a
she's gonna
bird.
she's gonna
Here's a bird.
She's gonna shake Hildebrand and whisper into his sleeping ear, I think I saw a bird.
God!
Sure.
The morning birds awake you with a gentle song, as well as the smell of frying eggs.
That's different. That's different. Where did he get the eggs? Carmen gets up.
Following her
And,
nose.
You see.
Wherever it goes.
Nils is sitting over the fire. He's already getting ready for breakfast. And, salt bacon, it's been thrown into the pan with it, and they're not chicken eggs. They're smaller.
Like robin size?
Yeah, but he seems to have found possibly two or three nests of robin's eggs.
Hildebrand, you feel better now?
Is this your vengeance?
No.
We're not letting them
I'm having a
reproduce.
Shrek moment.
And he's lightly salting them, and he says, yes, I found them. Didn't think they would be in the season. It's not exactly the time, but it's been unusually warm lately, and well, we got lucky.
Oh. Looks really good. I'm gonna use detect divine sense. I'm concerned about these eggs, but I'm not gonna say that to anyone. I'm just gonna look myself.
They
All right, so all
seem
hit
fine.
points
Okay.
back. Yes.
All hit points are back.
Mana's back.
All your mana's back.
Oh,
Yep.
Yay.
A long rest.
my body is whole once more.
Everything has returned.
You hear from inside the carriage. Is that the handsome breakfast I smell?
The most.
Yes.
He opens up the door on the opposite side, not into the little tent area, and walks around. And there's Ernesto wearing a not super short, just above the knee, dressing gown, like a house coat, kind of a summery house coat.
She kind of looks to the finery, and then she
Even
looks to
stylish
us, still
in his
covered in what is probably now drying blood and.
I assumed you guys had the opportunity to clean before you
Well, we
went to
weren't
sleep.
by like a
but
river or anything.
He's the one that
Okay,
uses
well,
the
you
magic to
didn't-
do all
you
that.
didn't say.
I said that actually. I
He
said I
did.
was
He said
starting
as
to.
soon as he had time.
Okay, that's fair.
He says, "This smells fantastic. Well, I will get the plates if you have enough for everyone."
Look over. Do we have enough for everyone?
I believe I have sausages and meats. It's not it'd be a few eggs per person. They're small, but
Oh, that would be great.
yes, and everybody should be able to have something. And then I will make toast in the drippings.
Oh, the best.
They
love-
bristle with
Fry
joy.
Fry bread.
I love the toast with the
He
drippings.
starts cutting. So it's not exactly the freshest loaf of
That's
bread.
why you soak it with the stock. And
Exactly. He starts carving off, really sawing into it, as he's cutting through this loaf of bread.
Too bad he doesn't know how to have those filing.
Bertolt comes out, fully dressed, ready to go, and even sees as he's walking out, and he hits the thing, and another stool pops down, completely different location, but a stool comes out again. He sits down and he's would you just? I'm sorry, he has an aversion to pants in the morning.
There could be worse things.
It's okay. We're not exactly what I would call fine company.
You've been so nice, and he is being an embarrassment right now.
Honestly, it's fine. I wouldn't be conscious of it. We're not exactly, as I said, a judgmental upper crust.
No.
And with that, Nils holds up fry bread, and that's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh, cool, because I gotta pee.
Okay.
Thank you to everybody. We return to Chaos Unending.
Indeed.
The road is much easier when traveling with a pair consisting of an engineer and a metal wizard. Or golden
It's a
wizard.
match made in heaven. They're perfect for each other.
That's how they met. You find that they happen to be traveling in the same direction. Sorry.
But I do
Distracting
want
me.
more.
You actually start making pace. You don't find yourself as exhausted. You're able to take time throughout your day to perform studying and tasks if you wish. Yes, you can transfer if you wish. For another 2 or 3 days, you're invited along to travel as they are heading in the same direction. To travel along with Ernesto and Berthold.
At the beginning of every set out, I'll be doing my multiply missile.
Okay.
So this way I'm ready in case anything happens. Oh my god. Damn boy.
I didn't cast Thunderwave.
That was a scary noise.
That was intense.
Eat more bard snacks, please.
I'm out!
It was like a growling dog.
Squire, in the cabinet, there's social tea biscuits.
Or there's pretzels right there.
Wow. Wow. You can't just eat whatever you want.
I don't want to ask for him to mod my gun. That'd be rude.
No, there's
give me your
the social tea.
Now he's gonna eat his pretzels in front of you to show his
You
dominance.
should. Eat it slowly. Assert your dominance. Those are your pretzels. Put your
Yeah.
saliva on that. Yeah.
Lick it. Lick it good.
That's salt in your mouth.
Salty sour.
Just like his salt.
Oh, yeah.
Considering he also knows that I love sourdough pretzels.
In the cabinet.
Middle cabinet.
Middle cabinet.
Middle shelf on the
Middle
right
shelf.
hand side.
It's a green box. It says social tea on the side.
He found them.
There you go.
Thank you.
We're going to start our mukbang broadcast right now.
I want to try one. I just want to know what they taste like.
It's like cardboard.
I forgot I had these. Sourdoughs. Gotta murder those later. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't been food shopping in a while, so when we find food, it's exciting now.
Okay. The traveling on the road becomes that much easier. When you're in a carriage drawn by mechanical horses that never get tired and never really have a start or a stop kind of a jerkiness to them. And there's some great suspension work going on this thing too. The respite welcomed and maybe feeling a little deserved. After 2 days on the road, you arrive at a small town. The Drakbald forest breaking away to release into a large, several, maybe a league's worth of open ground. Just before you reach that, there's a sign on the side of the road naming the town Kiechdorf. Kiechdorf. It's not Fiefeldorf.
It's not as nice as
Kiechdorf. The sign looks a little beaten up. The trees look a little scarred. The grass is a little trodden under. The buildings towards the center of this clearing, a little worse for wear. This town did not escape the storm of chaos that passed not 4 months. No, wait. Gave it a 6-month gap. Now it's about 7 months prior. But you do see that there are some efforts being made to rebuild and resume life.
Are we all confused as to what we're hearing right
Yes.
now? Is there like...
My phone's off.
My phone's off.
I heard like, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, me too. Who's listening to porn right now, guys?
Do you think it's
Squire?
He's in the bathroom.
He's listening to shows in the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
We
His
just heard
laptop's here.
shouting.
It must
has
be
a
phone.
his phone.
Yeah.
What
Listen,
is
you
he
could-
watching?
We heard
from?
shouting. I
Yeah.
thought it might have been something downstairs or outside or something.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Aww,
just
now
porn.
we know his toilet habits.
Listen, we have books, gaming books in our bathroom, right?
There
Yeah.
is literally a vampire book within reach of the throne.
Yeah.
And when I sat down there, I had to just read it a little bit. I needed to.
I don't blame you.
I needed to feel the
calls to
power.
you.
It
Okay.
did. It was right
Anyway.
there.
Okay. Alright.
As I said,
Fucked by chaos.
despite the very best efforts to rebuild and reclaim and resume life, the shops still show the scars of the massive invasion that just swept across the empire. But you can see what looks to be a forge stand with a active burning fire pit. You can see several tavern-looking buildings from the distance. And you can see what looks to be maybe a few shops as well as residences. Not a large town, maybe a collection of 20 to 30 buildings tops.
I doubt we'd be able to cash in those jewels here.
You could. I doubt you'd get the best price for it, though.
I'm sure of that.
I mean, how are we on supplies, though? We still have... She looks to Carmen with a confused look. I don't know how far until Rohrhoff. Do we need to pick up some more preserves and...
I believe we took a few weeks worth before we left. Do I know how long until...
Make a survival check.
Yeah. Did plan this, I just don't remember. Oh, okay. It's a 17 plus...
Maybe you're rolling so well.
21? Yeah,
may-
why?
Because, like, we're not rolling much, so they're more potent.
Shh, don't, it'll hear you.
You realize now that being in the cart with Ernesto and Berthold, you were moving faster than you realized. You've actually gained a few days. Maybe it had something to do with that vanishing moment where you weren't here for a little bit, or whether something else is going on with that carriage. You just know that you're a few days ahead of schedule. And Kitchdorf is just a 4-day ride from Rurhof, your final destination, making this a sort of sister town within the Drakbald Forest. A town that's close enough that if pushing a horse you could get there in a day, possibly. It's close enough to be considered a neighbor.
Well, we're actually, I didn't expect us to get here this fast, but we're actually just a few days away by foot.
Well, actually, that might make sense considering how the horses can move at a faster rate than a standard horse, and it doesn't have to
True.
stop
Doesn't get
for fatigue.
tired. Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised and delighted by good news.
You do see that the road branches off from the entrance to Kitchdorf and heads further north into Hochland.
Ah.
We're friends.
Oh,
Ernesto, as he sees you discussing the town before you, he says, I do believe, if I remember correctly, you said you were going to the town of Rorhof,
Yes.
and this is where we must part ways then.
We will miss you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
It has been enchanting. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for what you have done for us.
It was a team effort.
please be careful the rest of your journey. Obviously, these woods, I can't promise what's ahead of you. I'm sure you guys can take care of yourselves, but even so.
Well, what are we going to run into? Another herd of beastmen, eh?
I hope not.
You hear thudding from the inside of the carriage. He's so superstitious. Wizards, you know. Anyway.
Well,
He
perhaps
stands up in the he stands up in the driver's position on the stool and bows deeply with a flourish. It says, I hope that you travel well and Renault smiles upon you.
Aha.
He spins around, sits
And
down.
I
now's your last chance.
I give him
the crossed fingers over the
Yes.
cheek. He gives a nod, and even though you know it makes no difference, he goes, "Yeah!" Snaps the reins,
Oh.
and the mechanical horses kick to life.
Well, he knows how
Start
to
riding down
flourish.
the road.
Yes, is that something you're familiar with?
I mean, I feel like he's
As it
you, but
I was thinking it, but you actually said it.
well, then you can't be mad at me.
I'm
Make
mad because
perception
you
tests.
said it. What'd you say?
make a perception test.
All of us are.
Natural 20.
I didn't
Here's,
answer, so I'm just
I
gonna
feel the
assume.
vibes. This is where I have my downfall.
Mm.
Oh, and actually, not bad. The 16. What the hell is going on?
Who are
tonight?
you? Okay, no, this is not Carmen. This is the doppelganger taking your place.
Fight me.
All right, so say 18s and up.
Natural 20.
As it kicks into motion, you hear an extra thud that's not connected to the moving of the cart. You see a small, looks like a very small wooden hat box kind of just pops off the side.
Go over and pick it up.
Out of the window, Berthold waves a hand and pulls his arm back in.
What is it?
Open the box.
The
What's in the box?
Where'd the box come from?
They
It
dropped it on their way.
It's
On
about 100
purpose?
neatly stacked crowns. 100 neatly stacked crowns.
Oh, coins.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in that petty cash. That's a lot of money.
Now crowns are.
No, Grandpa always likes to sneak $20 into your pocket.
Oh my
Give you a
God!
buy.
Now crown is crown a standard gold piece or?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so okay,
So 100 gold pieces. That's not bad. At
that
all.
means we have 160 for petty cash, guys. By the way, that I've been keeping in my bag.
You
Plus
also have a
it's
very finely carved, like, money
It is
box.
about time we were to pick up our pay as well.
Well, we would have back pay because we missed when we were in Altdorf. We were busy, but we could have picked up from then. And then it's been what, like, I would say a week at least. Right?
At least a week since you left Altdorf.
Yeah.
You guys get a monthly stipend, but not a
Monthly?
weekly stipend. Pardon.
I mean, this town doesn't exactly look like it's brimming with money, though. I almost feel a bit guilty taking from them.
It's from the Empire. It's not just from the town.
You
Well,
realize that
the
comes
town's
from
taxes.
Yes.
So I don't know if you know where money comes from, Carmen, but
Well, when a mama coin and a daddy coin love each other very much.
They don't have to love each other.
oh
Wow.
You learned.
Ooh.
Did I learn about your family just now?
No. It's not that dark.
Well.
What kind of puppy dog world do you live in?
Wow. Got real.
Wow.
That historical fantasy is very true right now. Oh, we just talked about how quickly people die. Now we're talking about. All right.
So I noticed my dice are fueled by like spite.
It's because you have the corn horn.
I know.
No, you do not want to call it that.
You don't want to call it that.
No, I'm not gonna call it
No,
that.
we're all like, please don't. No.
Cornholio!
The cahorn.
The horn of Cornholio!
When
Blow
I
your bunghole.
said
The great horn bunghole!
when I said that, I meant that's what's affecting this.
Oh, you think the horn is an actual positive relic against your dice right now?
I don't know.
It's all the mead that's been passed through it.
I just got chills.
They're multiplying.
Wait.
I got chills
Back.
in my
I'm the bard. Hello.
Just want to
Okay.
bring this back to the game.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway.
I mean, let's get nothing back. That's fine. If we want to collect, fine. But I don't think we're in such a horrible place. It's up to you.
Would I know if Nils would be eligible to be a road warden at his age? Or would he have to be older?
He would have to go through the application process, which has to happen in Altdorf.
Okay. Later then.
We maybe.
Or at least a major county capital.
Okay. I was just
That's good to
curious.
know.
Because he is basically doing the work.
Yeah.
So when it's possible, I'll go through that.
Make him a writ.
Yeah. He can do
Okay.
it. He should be paid for his duty.
You stand with Keechdorf before you.
Maybe we could see if anyone.
It is a
noticed.
pretty close city. We could, or town. We could probably ask around, see if we can find anything out before we move on our
Maybe
way.
we can actually pick up some new horses too.
Well, yeah. Ah, the horses.
I mean,
You know, I go to Nils. You know, I think that carriage was much nicer than Johann's.
Why do you talk to him like he's 6?
Yeah, of course it was.
I'm just saying, we got off very lucky.
Yes, we did. That was so nice.
No.
I slept in that carriage, so I know this one was nicer.
You're terrible. I mean,
I assume this wonderful condescending banter is happening as you're going in towards the town.
Yes.
I want to ask and see if they've taken any notice of any odd carriages that came through, because I mean,
yes.
Alamians were not exactly subtle, and if they travel in such a fashion all the way through here, this town would notice.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw it, right? You know what it looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
How
We would need to find. We would need to
Rupert
find
is-
the maybe a sheriff or a constable station.
And if that fails, you could always go to your
This is true.
your
seat.
comfortable place.
I mean, I think there's more eyes on the street than by the police and the authorities, so that's fine. We can go to them if we want.
And what time is it in the day?
It's just after midday.
Okay.
As you arrive into the town, you can see that the population must have taken a hit as well. The number of empty houses stood with doors unbarred, windows shattered, empty.
Does it look comparable to, like, say, a town after the crusade went through?
No. This is a town that is recovering from the incursion, from the storm of chaos. You can see where parts of buildings maybe had incendiaries of some kind thrown at them, where fires were lit, where axe strikes were taken to awnings and collapsed fronts of buildings that had their supports cut away from them. But you can also see fresh timber has been brought in. They might not be beautiful matching supports, but they're starting to put those things back together.
It's a bit daunting, isn't it?
Daunting is a very unique word to use for an entire place trying to rebuild its life. I mean,
I'm familiar with this.
They're a little bit further along. Time has shown. You've had nearly a year to recover, and the better seasons to do so. You find that there are people still walking around, though. Children out at play. Something to show that life is not gone from these buildings, but has felt the sting of a chaos force. You really only see 3 buildings, 3 businesses that might be considered in full operation at this point. One of them, it shows a hunched old man with an enormous pack on his back, holding a stick, carved out of wood, hanging from in front of a building with written in Reichspiel, the seasoned traveler.
Oh, it's a picture. It's not a
Yeah.
guy standing with the pack.
listen! Jeez!
All I heard was a gnarled old man carrying a huge pack. Triggered!
The other is a it seems to the smithy stand. It's a building, but it's almost entirely open. There's a small shack separated from the main building, which just consists of a roof with supports, the large stone forge, and a roaring fire going on in the forge, but nothing else really to speak of. You can't see that there's a small, like, paltry stance of iron. There's piles of coal put around. Why don't you actually make perception tests?
23?
16?
Oh no.
Oh, the curse has come back
I've
to you.
fallen. It actually was a high number, then bounced to a low one. A 6.
What a whore.
Tempted fate. 16.
23.
Okay. The 23 notices that sitting next to the pile of coal, a very sullen-looking man, covered in soot as well. You would have missed him if it weren't for it, because he isn't really moving. He's just kind of sitting, staring blankly at the coals and fire across from him. The only other building still in operation is has a sign above its awning. A barrel at an angle with a stream of cartoon water pouring out the side, with a sign that says underneath it, calling it the watering hole. It seems to be the local
Aptly named.
local tavern.
Wait, I thought the Seasoned Traveler was also
Seasoned Traveler's a general store.
general store. Thank you.
You could see through the broken windows and the welcoming open front door, shelves and hooks displaying different necessary goods for farming, what you might need around town, stacks of flour, sugar, those
We're
kinds
unlikely
of
to find any health potions, I assume.
No.
I think you're also unlikely to get your pay as well here.
I think it would be amiss.
It's not an emergency.
Yeah,
We have quite a bit right now.
But did you notice the man by the smithy?
Mhm.
You did?
Yes, I did actually, yes.
Did you?
No.
Well, that's a point. So if someone's sitting there and we hardly notice, maybe they're most likely to have seen someone come through.
That's quite possible.
Mm.
I wanted to see what else there was to see first. But I guess we can go back and talk to him.
But we're like out. We didn't go anywhere yet.
Oh, we're seeing this all from one place?
you've been walking down
Yeah.
the street and you kind of got to what would be the city center-ish
Okay.
kind of area. Like I said, there were but 3 buildings
Yeah.
that you could see from where you were standing. That looked to be in any kind of like official operation that wasn't a personal dwelling.
Are we staying the night or do we want to continue? We're so close.
Well,
I mean, it would still take us more than a day to get there. It might be better to wait until morning. I mean, we can do our investigations here.
That's fair enough. In which case, we'll need to see if they have. I mean, I'm sure they have an opening.
Did you say you can't do your investigations there?
No, we can.
No,
She
we
said we
should.
could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got thrown off for a second. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's fair.
Oh, because it's like you said it was past noon. We've already basically lost half a day of travel. might as
Essentially,
well.
yeah.
And we're gotta talk to people too, so by that point it's better to just go tomorrow. Yeah.
well, that's entirely up to you.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll have to get rooms at the inn.
Yes.
I mean, while we
Looking
check
around.
in, maybe we can see if people are forthcoming with information. I would ask about if they have any libraries here, but I feel like that might be.
I think you
A
might. I
pointless
think you might
quest.
have as much luck finding a library here as getting your paycheck. As I
I
said,
mean,
I don't
yeah.
even. As I said, I don't even
think
think
you'd
we'd
be
do well.
more likely to get our paycheck than find a library.
Yeah, you're not wrong with that. But maybe horses will be more lucky.
Well, actually, we could probably ask the smith because he would know where the horses would be. He'd probably provide them with shoes.
I mean, the town isn't that big. We could probably just talk to anyone.
Well, as she said, though, if you really had to look to notice him sitting there.
We might want to ask him other questions as well, and just have that be the excuse.
Okay.
All right, so let's go talk to him first.
I assume you'll take point with this?
I'll talk to him first. Yes.
That's probably the best option for us. She kind of looks at Carmen and she's like,
I know, I don't want to talk to him.
All right. So who's walking to the smithy?
All of us will.
Okay. As you walk through the opening areas of the building, the crunch of your feet on the gravel floor of the forge kind of snaps gentleman from his deep thought. And he looks up. Oh, sorry about that. What can I do for you? He stands up and he starts wiping his hands, soot-covered hands on soot-covered clothes, so he's not really wiping anything off, just kind of mindlessly performing the action of cleaning off your hands.
Good day, sir. How are you today?
Been better. Been better before. You lot look new in town.
Yes, we only just arrived. That's why we came over to your establishment. It seems that we have been dropped off here, and we need horses. And since you're the only person that we've really seen out here that might know something, I was wondering if you might be able to direct us to where we might be able to purchase some horses.
I don't think we have any available today. Or would for a while. I don't think anybody has really. Horses, we've been kind of sharing 3 yaks. Get most of the things moved around town these days. Because of everything that happened. So I'm so sorry. We were repairing, and then we got attacked.
Attacked?
Again by vicious beastmen.
oh, well,
How long ago?
Time.
Not but a week ago.
I think possibly that might be something we helped. We recently ran into
Did?
beastmen on the road.
Was there a leader?
Yeah.
Very big horns.
Yeah.
One of them looked kind of like this.
Subtle.
As a sledgehammer.
I don't know if it's exactly that, but they did have. It looked like they had dipped pots in themselves in metal here and there.
Yeah. We actually encountered a herd of beastmen a few days down the road.
Did you see a woman and a boy with them? Did they took captives from us?
We didn't
see any people.
No,
They were.
I'm sorry. We did not see anyone with them. We just encountered them. And,
a group of 20 of them, right?
And we dispatched them.
Yeah, we didn't see anyone else.
They might be lost to the woods then.
Hannah leans into Carmen and the skulls in the forest.
He kind of looks crestfallen for a second and sits down. It's like they took so many. So we're all kind of recovering, and This malady that's been going around isn't helping it either.
Malady.
An illness?
Yeah, we've several of us around town. Bit of a cough lately. And somebody had some sores the other day, but nothing that you wouldn't expect from
From an encounter with the beastmen.
Is it after they came here?
Oh, there were some people that came through town here and there, but I doubt any of them were carrying anything plague-wise or something.
Tell me, did they come through in a rather large, fancy carriage?
No carriages have come through here.
That's not exactly who I was thinking about, but Harmon, this illness may not be.
I'm sorry. I
His
love
friends.
to help you more, but I got some work I gotta get back to. If there's anything you need, Smith, I can see if I can take care of it by the end of the day.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry about what's been happening to your town, but I can assure you that group of beastmen is gone.
They have been taken care of. Rest easy in that, at least.
That's good.
Just out of curiosity, which way were these other people that you mentioned heading?
I don't remember. I've been so not myself lately. I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. Like I said, if there's anything you need, let me know. I'll see if I can get it done by the end of the day.
You said that a few people have been getting ill. Is there an infirmary left in this town, or someone who's taking care of?
If you want to talk to anybody, you can go down to the watering hole. Somebody around there probably knows something.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go now.
He goes and he walks over and just kind of rests his hands on the anvil near the forge. Just kind of stares at it.
Do you think this illness could make people depressed?
No, it's the illness that plagued the camp.
So Jan
has
or
possibly
his followers
been through here already.
Has been through here. The strange people that came through.
And they said it was days ago. It started.
Which also, I mean, it gives us a litany of problems. One of which is you know what happens when that is gone, when it goes unchecked. This town could be a seething blister.
And I mean, it took us days last time to figure out the source. But the more time we spend here...
So you would abandon this town with no
I wouldn't.
idea?
No,
I wouldn't.
Perhaps between the two of you, you and Nils could come up with something that might help them, possibly cure them.
It's not. It's usually when stuff like this spreads, there's a source. So just helping one person isn't going to fix the problem. Just as you remember in the camp.
Yes, the source was but it could be just I don't know, maybe the mere presence here.
No, we could speak with a few more people.
All right, let's go to the. We'll go
With
to
that
the
said,
tavern.
we should maybe be careful about what we consume here, like we were in the camp. Being extra cautious isn't going to hurt us.
We made good time. We have extra rations. We're fine on food. Just make sure not to eat anything, drink anything.
Yeah, if you're gonna make your paycheck somehow in that tavern, just don't drink their water, I would imagine.
So, you'll have to have a good excuse for that.
Okay. So So you head over to the watering hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a standard layout for a tavern. A bar across the way from the swinging doors. Several tables spot the open floor. You see but 3 men. One standing behind the bar, and 2 others, one each sitting at a separate table.
Oh.
They all kind of take note of you as you enter, and go back to their drinks.
Hardly a lively place. Considering they've just been through a beastman attack, there's no wonder.
Time for you to boost their morale in the way that you do.
I don't think that might be appropriate.
Yeah. Perhaps they will feel better knowing that the beastmen have been dispatched. It's not a joyous occasion, but it's certainly better than thinking they're still out there. It's the only justice they can have.
I say, bartender, barkeep.
And he looks up. Yeah,
Good day to you.
day.
We were wondering. We understand that there's been some sickness in your town. Might there be a doctor or a sister around that might?
We've been asking for one for months. We've been sending messages to Altdorf, Middenheim, anywhere close enough. Asking for sisters.
If they sent messengers and the messengers encountered the caravan between...
Well, months. The storm of chaos probably left them without assistance.
Beastmen were also on the road that came from there. Remember that. Anyone trying to get here would surely be
That's true too.
intercepted.
Not to be rude to new customers, but is there anything I can get you?
Do you have a room we would like to purchase?
Yeah.
Stay the night?
Yeah. How many lodging?
I think we could splurge and get ourselves some space for once.
Yes.
I've got 3 rooms.
We will buy them all.
10 gold. I have to look you up and down.
Well,
Make insight checks.
Do I need to roll to see if this guy's a dick?
yeah. Basically.
I was trying to be nice.
Oh,
You crotchety old
17.
fuck.
I'm rolling shit again.
Oh no.
You know that that's expensive.
Yeah.
That's expensive for
I
Middenheim.
have a 10.
Yeah. He's
I mean, we don't look that
You don't-
prim and proper.
You're also not from here.
Yeah.
So gold coming in from outside, well, at least the one who won the insight check here, he might not be doing this out of maliciousness to kind of like get one over on some rubes. He might just be trying to get money flowing into the town, and any opportunity is an opportunity. That'll get you the rooms for 3 days.
They're badly off.
That's
Came into
fine.
a lot of cash.
You whisper too much. They can
Yeah.
hear you.
Stage whisper. Stage
Stage
whisper. Sorry.
Stage whisper.
We're working on this.
I'll understand.
Yeah.
You'll understand that we're whispering.
Yes.
I feel as though we have quite a bit of extra cash. I think it's fine.
Let's just give them. Do you want to give them?
No.
No.
Oh my
god.
What?
Share that immediately.
Put that in the
You have to put like a History Channel. You have to
You-
put a History Channel logo in the middle.
Oh,
in the
that's
corner.
perfect.
You are now.
I'm sorry. Our on-site.
You are now the
Production.
ancient alien scientist.
I am fine with that.
You memed hard right there.
Oh.
I don't want to say it was Beastmen, but it was Beastmen.
That's going up into the Discord, guys. Head over to Discord now. Go to the meme
Oh my God.
section
And you
the
will see
Chaos
what we are
Unending
laughing about.
section, and you will see what we are talking about.
It's the perfect.
Go down
It's
to the
really
Discord.
wonderful.
Discord
the
link
perfect
to join
thing.
in. It's kind of perfect. Anyway,
Lydia, with this look of like, really, you dick, she leans over to Hildebrand and has 60 gold in her hand, and she holds it to him. The town's fucked.
Yes.
I'm not gonna argue. Plus, it'll give us time to figure out what's going on.
We'll give him. All right. So we'll. Done here, and some extra.
how much extra?
An extra 50.
You took a cut?
What? No.
No,
an
10
extra
plus 50.
10
Oh,
plus 50.
sorry. For a second,
You gave 60 gold to
Yes.
him. He's literally putting
Okay.
the whole stack on the
Okay.
table.
I thought he took a cut, and I was about to be like,
His eyes open up.
We're buying friendship.
Whatever you need. Are you hungry? Do you want some food right now? Are you thirsty? Do you want anything to drink? He's like taking like stacks, putting it under the table.
Hildebrand does it all the time.
I know.
Well, perhaps if to begin with, maybe you might be able to help us figure out one or two things.
What do you want to know?
Well, we spoke to the blacksmith a few moments ago, and he said something about other strangers that came through town.
Yeah, we have them move through here quite often. See, this road goes through up into Ostland. We're a bit of a trade route. I'm just. Who are you what are you looking for particularly?
Well, he said there were some very strange people that had come through.
I don't remember any strange people beyond.
Did anybody come along with a young boy in tow?
No.
Long blonde hair.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. If they just came through and they didn't
They would
stop
need to
off, we
sleep
wouldn't have
here.
seen anyone. You might. Gerhard might know. He's a bit of the unofficial town crier.
And where would we find him?
Gerhard! And he looks up. Huh? I'll have another.
Oh, God.
I'll be in the bar.
They're gonna have to wait for him to
Thank you,
sober up.
Foster Brooks. That's my boy.
That's Gerhard over there. He'll help you out.
Here, let me bring him a drink.
He fills up another tankard. Puts anything you want? I think I have some wine if you want.
It's quite alright,
thank
thank you. As long as those rooms are prepared for us for later.
Nothing at the moment, but I'll take this over to him. So, you're Gerhard, are you?
He looks up from his drink. I am. What can I do for you?
I understand that you seem to know everything in this town.
That's me.
So,
A town knower.
good. It's a good thing Hildebrand speaks drunk.
Yes! It's one of your fluent languages, I'm pretty sure it's on your sheet.
So, tell me, over the last few days, would you have remembered any very noticeable strangers out of the ordinary coming through?
Not that I can say.
No rather large fat men dragging perhaps a small boy with him?
Like I said, not that I can remember. I haven't heard anybody talking about a fat man. Oh, is that another drink?
Here's the drink.
Oh,
Lydia slides over and
kindness of you, sir. Sigmar. Bless you.
And
Takes
also
nice-
with you.
Takes a nice big 3 gulp sip.
If he's unconscious, he can't answer her
No,
question.
you can't make him that drunk.
I've seen people get that drunk.
Listen, I don't want to have to slap a stranger tonight.
Oh my god! I don't want to have to slap
In
a
any
bitch,
case, so tell me, has this particularly helped you remember?
Yeah, I remember that I did not see anybody like that. I haven't heard about anybody like that.
But have you heard much about the sickness that's in town?
It's been happening for a while now.
How long can you?
Is a while.
Ever since my boy went missing.
A boy went missing?
My boy went missing.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
My little Johann.
It's a common name.
I know. I was gonna say this guy's not a halfling, is he?
It's a common name.
I love that we're all triggered
Not
as
my
fuck.
little Johann.
I was just like, he's little! His name's Johann! Not a drill!
Trigger!
Illuminati confirmed!
This man is not.
Beastman.
Trigger!
I love it. I love it.
I gotta give you that.
That was a gold mine.
Oh,
Ow. Hurting.
when did your boy go missing? I'm so sorry to hear.
It was about 4 months ago. And oh, I've been looking for him, and he's a young man. He's about your age. Looking at Nils.
So I was just like,
Well, he is drunk, but
Thanks.
I have a youthful countenance.
You're about the same age. You seen him?
No, I'm very sorry. Unfortunately, we haven't seen anyone.
Your voice is strange, young man. Looking at Nils as you're talking.
I look at Nels like, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
just go with it. It's
Hey, just the way your people asking questions, the way you look, you've probably seen a lot. He went missing about 4 months ago. He just up and disappeared one night. And I believe it was them cultists that got him.
Cultists.
Anyway, I was just wondering if
you don't anyway after saying cultist.
you
Oh.
folks maybe keep an eye out for him.
She looks hopelessly at Hildebrand. He said,
I don't want to have to smack him.
He's drinks a little bit deeper, two-handing of the puts it down. I know a lot about the area, if you want to know.
well, what cultists are in your area?
There's, the cultisty kind.
Is that authentic or was that like
No.
a fake bird?
No, it was authentic.
That's,
just added-
that's impressive.
acting.
Just added to it.
It just added to the ambience.
Lyra's taking deep breaths of agitation, and she looks.
As you,
her eyes are going.
as you take a deep breath, you get a full whiff of his belch.
Oh, please.
Hildebrand. Hildebrand.
They've been, harassing us ever since the storm ended, and they got their kicks butted by Sigmar.
Thorn Shorten. Now you're Fitzgeralding a little bit.
Mixture. They've been out and around. We don't know where they're hiding, but they show up every once in a while.
When was the last time they came by?
I can't tell you if I knew. Past moon.
Lear kind of steps a little back from him, just being like, "Do not throw up on me."
Well, all right.
Roll to
We'll,
avoid vomit.
We'll
Sex
we'll
save.
we'll leave you to
File troll.
we'll leave you to enjoy
Not funny.
enjoy your drinks. Thank you very much for talking to us.
If you need a guide, man your rhyme. Goes back to drinking.
Okay.
All right then.
Well,
Drunk people annoy me.
yes, agreed. I don't know how you make your living in taverns, Renta.
No. Maybe he gets drunk too.
That would be how I would tolerate fellow.
Have you ever seen him drunk?
There's
I
an-
haven't seen him that drunk.
There's an aunt.
Not that drunk.
There's an aunt.
Mm.
Anyway, go back up to the barkeep. By the way, I do beg your pardon. What is your name, good sir?
Oh, the barkeep?
Yes.
Nicholas Pedersen.
Beckless?
Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas. Okay, yeah, that sounded like it said Beckless. I was like, Biggles. Are there any offices of authority in your town, a sheriff or a constable?
Not since the storm. It's been a bit of a hardship out here in the woods.
And she kind of
Gerhard said something about cultists.
They've been about the woods for some time now.
No, you said that they've been harassing. What are they doing? He mentioned that his boy was stolen. Have they been?
Occasionally they'll come in and attack, cause some ruckus. Sometimes they just deface some property.
Nothing better to do.
We just want to live our lives out here, and they just want to remind us of what happened
You
this
said
past spring.
they were defacing property. Is there any marks left around town currently?
No, not currently. We go out of our way to whitewash and
That's understandable.
remove and clean what we can.
Oh, the blacksmith said something about beastmen attacking as well.
They came most recently. That's the damage that you've seen the most of.
Well, I can tell you.
We were a town of 100 not 2 months ago. Between the cultists and the beastmen, we're now a town of 50. So you'll have to understand why we're not exactly the most
Welcoming.
jovial type right now.
That's completely understandable, but take some comfort in this. The beastmen have been destroyed.
Oh. You came across their remains of some kind, or?
No. Why, these two ladies are road wardens.
We encountered them on our way here. They were holding a carriage up. Carriage couldn't move. We did what we had to do. We didn't even realize they were giving you trouble, but now I'm doubly glad we dispatched them.
Yeah, being a trade town and not being able to have route for people to get into may
The four of you
I pull out
took
the
out all the
horn.
beasts.
I pull out my trophy.
He looks at it.
That's fine. You don't have to believe me.
I need a laugh. I need a laugh.
We paid you a lot of gold, you know.
And that's why I'm not taking it as an insult. Oh, but you're telling me the four of you, him with his...
There were 2 more people.
Killed all the beasts. Oh, sorry. 6 of you took out an entire herd of vicious beast men.
Only like 20 of them.
Oh. Oh. Of course there was, yeah.
You're welcome, by the way.
No, oh yeah. No. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Fine. Where are these cultists?
Oh.
Lyra leans into Carmen.
Oh, we don't
Do I
know.
explode something? Do we do a display
I
of...
want to smack him.
seething ladies to the side of Hildebrow? We're just like, what do we do?
Why don't you call down some moonbeams?
That's not gonna do. Theatrics.
He's just like, oh, I've heard things in my life. I'm gonna go get your rooms ready. Oh, I'll be right back down. He takes 4 mugs out that he had filled up while you guys were talking to Dietrich.
Gerhard.
Gerhardt. Oh, his last name is Dietrich.
Wow. And he's in the bar.
He puts them on the bar and says, these are for you. Woo! I'll be back and I'll scrounge up some food for you if you want. In a few.
Once he
Turns
walks
and
away,
walks
she's
away,
like,
grabs
"Shit,
grabs
Lord."
grabs a ring of keys,
Did you just say?
starts walking
Lord.
upstairs.
I want you to congratulate me for not marking on his own personal...
Congratulations.
Yes.
It
I
was
would,
difficult,
however,
not-
I would say just to be on the safe side, maybe purifying the drink.
I'm not drinking the drink. I mean, I could if you want to drink your drink. She takes one of the drinks. She'll purify all of them. She
Yeah,
can.
you can do that
Yeah.
in one sit, in one
Okay.
casting of purified food and water. You can do that.
I think I still have that prepared. Let's see.
I mean, we could possibly... But there still being daylight, do you think if we were to make our way...
Have it prepared.
Make our way
Yay.
throughout the town, it's pretty small. Maybe see if we can sense anything.
Find the cultists.
I'm gonna perform it as a ritual, so I don't have to spend mana.
Okay.
Okay.
So she starts saying prayers over the over the drinks. Shortly after, you hold on one second.
Drangulating keyboard cat.
What are you doing?
We were tippity tapping.
Okay.
Wow.
Love us.
Pay attention to me, I'm cute. Pay attention to me, I'm cute.
Meanwhile, look at the look that the kit is giving
Like, what
you.
is wrong with the humans?
Yeah.
Like-
Listen, Noodle, you know this is not the weirdest it's gotten,
It's like-
so...
You are mocking my people? Keyboard cat.
Anyway,
Yes.
you're able to purify the drinks. They were alcohol, and alcohol tends to
Yeah.
not exactly take. The reason why a lot of people drank alcohols back in the day was because the alcohol in the drink purified the water. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but you can never be too safe.
No. I
Yeah.
In a shithole town like this,
Yeah.
mean, it
commend
doesn't.
your-
It doesn't taste. It doesn't make it taste any better. It's not a great,
Yeah.
beer.
I mean,
especially
I
if
never
they're
promised to make it taste any better.
Yeah, that is not what she promised
But,
us.
after you've had a few sips of it, and you've been able to kind of relax a little bit at the bar, Nicholas. This is about like 15-20 minutes later. Nicholas comes back down, starts taking keys off the rings. He says, Here you go. Three keys. Rooms are yours. Top of the stairs. Only 3 doors. You know where.
I think we could figure it out.
Just trying to be nice.
Now he's trying to be nice.
Now he's nice.
Well, in any event, so you say the last time the cultists showed up was a couple of months ago?
They show up here and there. It's just it happens. They show up. They cause a ruckus. They break into a house, or they deface some property, or they attack someone, or maybe one of us goes missing, or they steal a chicken.
Chicken. Listen, I know, Carmen, we wanted to be in Warhoff really quickly, but if they've already passed through this town days already, they could have already gotten to where they needed to be. We should at least look into the illness.
I can't abandon a town in this situation. It also means we don't get where we're going very quickly, but this is our job.
And also, there's something you said about if they've already gotten there, what's the point of us getting there now?
If they haven't already figured out what they're doing, I don't think they'll figure it out in a few more days.
Barkeep, is there anyone who's been sick in this town you could mention? My friend here, also Paladin of Sigmar, has a way with looking at illnesses.
Worst of the most recent illnesses is kind of passed up. It comes and goes. Gerhard was sick a week ago. He's doing better now. I know the Smithy was sick just a couple of days ago. Doing better as well. To say that we've been afflicted would mean that that's why we haven't been calling it that word, because it hasn't been causing deaths.
That is fortunate.
They cause more trouble when they come here to hurt, or they attack someone.
We could certainly look into it.
Alright. Well, I actually think we might have to end early tonight. My stomach isn't doing that well right now.
Okay, so we're gonna go up to our rooms.
Yeah.
Game over.
I'm sorry. No.
Goodbye forever.
You guys were about to start your investigation. I didn't want to start doing an investigation
It's
and
okay.
then have to meet.
Well, I mean, if we didn't stop early, we'd only have like 45 minutes anyway. It's not that big a deal.
Okay.
There's also a Stram I want to watch.
I apologize, everybody, but we are going to be wrapping it up early this night.
We hate to run, but
leave it. We will leave it there for this night. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us.
do we have any more people to thank?
I have been Connery. With me has been
Cassandra Lee.
Ryuko.
And Ye Old Dragon.
That's Kevin.
That's just Kevin.
It's just Kevin.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Until we see you guys next. Oh, actually,
Ooh.
this Monday.
Oh shit!
Be there on Monday
Yeah, this Monday.
for our Vampire the Masquerade review, 8 p.m. Be here for it. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern. I will have Raquel Skellington with me to do Q&A after we play our video review. So make sure you're here for that.
Video review.
Aw, thank you so much, Gil. Gil tossing us some.
Stop playing with
All
your
right.
horn.
That's it. That's it. We're gonna get
Stroke
going.
Stroke it more.
Stop stroking your
Come
horn
on,
in public.
guys, hold on here. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Until next time, goodbye forever, and remember to always stay evil.
Beastmen.